Okay, so now moving on to the other controls, we have our tempo control here, which goes, I think, on normal mode between 56 and 240, although you can obviously widen that if you want to. There's a special function when you turn the machine on to change that. I'm going to set it to a pedestrian, whoops, all right, around 120. So, looking at the sequencer, then we have our part control here, which will move us through the parts, or I think you can press function and jump to any part. So let's just start with a kick pattern. We've got various different ways of recording. We can record in real time. We can use a kind of a grid recording function as well. There's also a step recording function, but I'm going to look at the grid function because that's, you know, for me the most familiar way of doing things. So hit step mode and that puts into step mode, and then we can simply turn on the steps that we want to trigger the kick drum on. Okay, one very clever thing that this can do is it has the motion record on stutter. I'm just going to turn that on for recording the speed and the stutter. Now, holding function and turning the time knob will of course set it to lock to the tempo. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the snare sound on this, but as you can hear when you layer it up with the clap, you can actually get quite a lot of variation. So one other great thing that the sequencer can do, as you can hear, is it's able to just stop that. It's able to basically you can layer up various different timings on the motion control on the different parts, which can lead to some really funky pattern combinations. I'll just put down a couple of other layers while I'm at it. Okay. Now, one of the other really nice tricks that you have with this sequencer is the ability to jump to whichever step you like, which is activated by pressing the function and step mode, which takes you to step jump. However, at this kind of tempo, it's quite difficult for me to do it. Properly. The problem with it for me is that it doesn't jump and carry on, it holds. So but that does have an advantage, because what you can do is this: you can hold a step, which will lead to all sorts of rhythmical nonsense. So let's get out of that mode. So again, we have our active step, so we can turn steps on and off. We have a, where are we? Yeah, there we go, mute button. So we can just hold that and quickly mute any of the parts. What we can also do while it's playing is we can use the part function or function and the part to move to any part, and then simply use the part level to control the volume, which is really useful, I think. Yeah, there's the step record mode. To be honest, I haven't really used that on any of the Volcas. It might be, you know, exactly what you're looking for, but personally I don't find it that useful, especially when you've got like grid sequencing, which you have on this one. Also, you can use the global stutter even when you've got motion recorded stutter turned on other tracks, which can lead to some, you know, really quite crazy sounds. Okay, and the phone goes off. I thought I put that on mana mode. Alright, so that's basically my look at the Beats. I really like it. I love the analog section of the sounds, perhaps with the exception of the snare, which I'm not a huge fan of. One other thing, of course, you can do with the the PCM samples is you can record their speed, and that'll stay recorded. Let me just show you that. So quite a bit of fun to be had with that. I think it's got a really tight groove. I haven't tested it out. I think that's what I'm going to be doing next. I'm just going to try and record this into the computer and just look at the spacing between the points on the sequencer if I can, and look at how tight it is, because that's obviously very important for a drum machine. Thanks very much for watching, and yeah, I should have more stuff coming up soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.